Hey there, it's Dave with Flipperforce. I'm excited to announce we just launched our completely revamped project dashboard that'll make managing your house flip leads, your active projects, and your portfolio easier than ever. So the project dashboard here, this is going to be the dashboard that you're going to be shown every time you log into your project, so that way you can easily see your most recent projects and all of the projects that you've got in your account. So we basically completely revamped our dashboard here, added in some new recent project cards so that way you can easily activate the latest project that you were working on and get right back to work. We moved our all projects table down here at the bottom, and we added in some new functionality here that will make it a little bit easier to search your projects. We've added some functionality in here that will allow you to filter your projects. So if you wanted to search by the created date, search by the last updated date. If you want to just quickly search by the project name, like you could say the Bat House or something like that, you can easily search all of your projects to find your projects there. And so a couple other things that we're going to be doing with this table and this dashboard is we're going to be adding in some additional views here and some additional information. So right now we've just got this listed as your bedroom's bath square footage, the year built, stuff like that. We want to make it a little bit more meaningful, so we're going to be changing that and adding in the statuses and the tasks. So that way you can just scroll down here to the bottom, see all of your projects that you've got going on, and then you can see the status of what the project is. You'll also be able to see if you've got some tasks that need to get done on the project that are overdue or upcoming, stuff like that. So be looking for those changes in the near future. We're also going to be adding in like an export functionality, so that way if you did want to export your entire list here to like a CSV file or maybe a PDF just to have a printer friendly format of your entire list of projects that you've got in your account, you'd be able to do that as well. So be looking for those changes. So the big news really is about our new project dashboard timeline view and our pipeline view. So if you see up here at the top, we've got leads, active projects, portfolio, and archive. So this is going to be a completely new view for you to view all of your different projects, all of your different leads, your projects that you've got under construction, and your completed projects in your portfolio in a completely new timeline view, so that way you can easily drag and drop and move your projects through your workflow and your timeline. So you can see I've got our leads dashboard opened up here, and this has all of our active leads that we're currently working through our deal pipeline. And we've got some different columns here. So we've got new leads, we've got contacting the seller, we've made an appointment with the seller to go out and visit their house, we've made an offer, we're negotiating on the property, and then we've got it under contract. So as you're working your deals here, you can easily drag and drop your project to the next step in the workflow. So let's say that we've got this cold lead here and we're working on this lead, and now we're contacting the seller and we're negotiating it with them. We've set an appointment with the seller, and now we're going to go out to the house and actually view the property, and then maybe we're going to make an offer, so we can just easily move that to the offer made column, negotiating it, and then under contract. And so these columns can be used to just help you manage the workflow of your leads and then your active projects, stuff like that. And really what you're trying to do with your leads is you're trying to get it to the end zone here and get that lead under contract, so that way you can get that property under contract, rehab the property, resell it on the back end. So let's say you get the property down here to the under contract stage, you can activate that project, and then what you'll want to do is switch it to a new board. So you'll notice that recently we revamped our property overview page here, so we've got our different stages. These stages coordinate with those boards that we got there. So you've got your lead board, you've got your active project under construction board, you've got your completed portfolio, stuff like that. So once you actually do get a property under contract, you'll go over here, you'll change the stage to construction on hold. Let's say that we've got it on hold, or we're waiting on planning and permitting. Let's just do on hold here. And now that's going to move it to that active projects board. So let's go back over here to active projects and go on this active projects board. You'll notice that that project was moved over here to the construction on hold column. So now we're on our construction board. So these are all of the projects that we've got under construction or that we've got under contract that we're trying to renovate, or maybe we've got them renovated and now we're going to be putting them on the market and trying to sell them on the back end. So just like the lead workflow, you can work the deal through the different stages here. So you can see at the top, construction on hold, so maybe you're just waiting for construction to start. Maybe you are bidding the project, you're waiting for contractors to get you bid proposals. Maybe you're waiting on planning and permitting. You could move it into that column, and then once you are actually under construction, you can throw it under the under construction column. So now we can see all of the projects that we've got under construction here. You can see the projects that we've got in punch list, and you'll also see these little status tags up here at the top. So this one says it's on hold, this one's on track, this one we don't have a status. So let's go change the status real quick, because technically now we're under construction. We can change the status here, and let's change it to on track. So it's basically just started, so we can just say on track, so it's on track for now. If that project ends up getting delayed, then we can change it to at risk, or we can say it's off track or something like that. So now if we go back here to our construction dashboard, you can see we've got 2 projects that are on track, and then we've got this other one here, and maybe this one's off track. So we could go in here and change the status on this one and say it is off track. Foundation waiting on the foundation guy, something like that. Okay, and now we can go back to our project dashboard, and we'll see that that status has changed over there to off track. So these new boards, our new project statuses, all of that stuff will visually help you identify what stage your project is in the lead workflow, in your construction workflow, so that way you can more easily identify, what projects need my most attention, and maybe if these projects are on track, maybe I shouldn't be really focusing on that one. I need to be focusing on this 3926 Northeast Indianola project, because this one appears to be off track. Also, I need to be checking out 301 North Shore Drive, because that one is in punch list stage and it looks like we're having some issues. It says it's at risk, so let's go work on that one. These other ones appear to be on track. So that's what this new board will do. It's just a new visual way to help you really see where all of your projects are. And again, just easily drag and drop it to the next stage, and now we've got it in pending sale. And if you do want to move it over to completed portfolio, so once you get that project done, just go back over here to the stage and say this project's been completed, and I'm going to put it in my completed portfolio. So let's go show you that portfolio dashboard. If we go back here to the projects dashboard, click on portfolio, this is going to show us all of our completed projects. So this is just going to be a view that'll show you all of the successfully completed flip projects that you've completed, or maybe your rental properties. So if you've got flips that you've sold, that's where you'll have these properties up here. But then if you've also got some properties and maybe that you are renting out long term, you can have your rental inventory down here and just kind of display that in your portfolio. So that'll be another better way to view all of your successfully completed projects. Eventually, we'd like to take all of this portfolio information, put it into like a portfolio report that you could tie into your investment packet, or maybe tie into one of your final profit reports. So that way you can advertise all of your successfully completed projects that you've got in your account, give that to your business partners or your lenders to help you raise money on your projects in the future. And then finally, the last tab is the archive tab. So this is just a list view of all of your projects in your account that you've archived. Archiving a project essentially just allows you to keep the project in your account just in case you want to revive it in the future to review it again, or maybe it's a new deal. Maybe you've got the property under contract again and maybe you want to revive it. You can always revive it here. So that's the new archive view. Before, that was all just thrown all in the same table, so I think this will help you keep those isolated. If you've got a whole bunch of archive projects, use that archive view to hide all of your old projects in your account. So I think that's a pretty quick overview of all of the stuff that we've covered here. We're still working on some improvements and tweaks to this overall functionality. You'll notice kind of we got the scroll wheel at the bottom. We'd like to improve that a little bit to allow you to scroll a little bit easier. The whole process of moving cards from one board to another, we're going to improve that as well. So for example, if you wanted to move this under contract project maybe up to active projects or something like that, move that to the active projects board. Right now you have to click on it, go to the actual stage, change it to the active project stage. We think we can make that a lot easier for you, so we'll be working on a way for you to just easily drag and drop the property to one of the other boards if you want to do that. So those are some of the ideas we've got, but obviously if you do have any ideas, feedback, or suggestions on what you're seeing here, please reach out and let us know.